evening, everyone, and welcome to this Sunday's rendition of Speak Your Mind with Larry Cox. I am grateful to have each and every one of you joining me this evening on the show. And why don't we do what we do best? Share and like the show so we can build an audience so that you guys can have great dialogue and interaction with me, Larry Cox, your host. So let's start off by saying hello to some folks that are in the chat. And anybody else who's not said hello, if you'd like to say hello, say howdy. And again, let's share and like the show so we can build a little bit of an audience. So let's see who we got here tonight. We've got Miss Charlotte Gellert. Charlotte, great to have you here this evening. We have Danielle Munoz. Danielle, thanks for joining us from way up north. Mary Boysworth, thank you for joining us this evening. Lee Wright, thank you for joining the show this evening. We appreciate you joining. Cheryl Garcia, Ben and Cheryl are watching. Thank you guys for joining us this evening and watching the show. And we are starting to build our audience, and that's even with me not putting a post out that we're doing the show, right? So we are doing the show. We do the show every Sunday unless we have technical difficulties. Now, over the last couple of months, we have had a few bouts of technical difficulties, but fingers crossed, and Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. This evening, we are looking pretty good as far as that. So Cheryl says I'm skipping. I show nothing on my end as far as why I'm skipping. Uh, Internet connection's good. Now frozen. That's not good. So I don't know why. I have no idea. So they say I'm frozen. Am I frozen like the movie Frozen? So do you guys still hear me? Do you still? And the audience is building. We have 14 people watching right now. You got Cheryl got me back. Maybe it was just you, Cheryl, that I was froze with. Maybe everybody else still had me. Hopefully. So, but welcome to the show. Danielle says I'm not frozen there. So thanks, Danny, for letting me know I'm not frozen in the frozen tundra. You got that right. I was not frozen in the frozen tundra. Uh, um, and Charlotte says okay, and your Alex says I'm fine on YouTube. So I think I'm speaking it into existence. We are going to have a technical free show tonight where I'm going to have these technical issues I've been cursed with. Mark Mary says looking good. Like I said, everything looks good on my end 10. Uh, so you're not frozen yet. I got you. So I bet you're glad you're not frozen yet, Danielle. So yeah, I know. You have to tell me when those northern lights start happening up there. I mean, who knows? I may take a road trip this year to go see me some northern lights. I don't know. I'm just depends if I feel froggy. So Cheryl says it was a hiccup on her end, apparently. So maybe so. Maybe so. So guys, well, how are y'all doing this evening? Let me know, in the chat how you guys are doing. Um, I have had some health maintenance things going on here recently. So a few weeks ago, I knocked a tooth loose. And good evening, Justin Kenny. So, and I had to have a splint. Daniel says they've got a guest room I'm always welcome to. So I had to have some teeth splint together so to give that tooth an opportunity to tighten back up. Well, I had the splint done, and it wasn't a week later um, that the splint just popped loose in my mouth, right? And it was stabbing my gum. So I had to extract the splint myself. I did a little dentistry myself. George Kelichek, James Colbert, welcome to the show. So that happened. And then I just, this week, On Thursday, got that splint repaired, and then Tuesday, I had to have a test, a colonoscopy, and that was the test itself's not bad, but the prep for the test absolutely torturous and horrible. Anyone who's had one, you know what I'm talking about, right? So the prep for those tests are horrible. So hopefully, I've gone through my little health maintenance stuff here the last little bit, and I am clear and free from health maintenance issues, and I'll be uh, not having to do that any longer. So that's my wish. And Cheryl says, "Oh, but that happens, and you know what can you say? What can you say?" I got a lot of reading done with that prep, is what James Corbett says. James, that you could use that opportunity for reading if one so desired. I would say so. Yes, I would say so. So hey, let's talk about um, voting that's going on in Rockdale County right now. So look, guys, we've got the election going on, and a lot of people apparently aren't aware that there's an election going on. So as of yesterday, we've had 478 total ballots cast in the city of Conyers for the city elections. So I'm going to give you James voted in the court in the PSC race. I'm going to give you a breakdown of what that looks like. In Council District 1, we've had a total of 72 votes. In Council District 2, 226 votes. Council District 3, we've had 93 votes. Council District 4, we have had 87 votes. And that's a total of 478 votes for the city of Conyers. And, guys, that's not good because we have over 10,000 eligible voters in the Old Town precinct and the Conyers precinct, right? So we have that many eligible voters, and we've had 478 voters out of over 10,000 eligible voters. I had predicted that we will end up with 1,000 or less people voting in this election to determine the mayor's race and city council position. So, I mean, that is just, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Then not only that, and we also have the Public Service Commission races going on, right? And these are the guys that vote to raise your utility prices. We have had in Rockdale County so far, now this includes the 478 people that have voted in the city, because they also, besides voting for those city races, the PSC positions are on their ballot. 2,314 voters countywide. 2,314 voters countywide. And that is just crazy, right? It's just absolutely crazy. I'm going to open something up here in a second I'm going to open up something and see if I've got the total number of, which I think I do, total number of voters that are eligible to vote in Rockdale County. Let me look right here 1 second. We have, if I do have this number, we have 62,304 eligible voters in Rockdale County. And of those 62,304, we have had 2,314 vote. Of 62,000, we have had 2,314. That is 3.58% of voters. 3.58% of voters to vote countywide for these Public Service Commission um, positions. And then, I mean, and um, that is, what can you say? I mean, what literally can you say with that? I mean, I just, oh Lord, yeah, Alex definitely makes you wonder. Catherine Lynn, Catherine Lynn, wow, I would have thought more people would have come out and vote for the next mayor. Yeah, if you in Clayton, so if you vote, it counts even more. It does. With these small turnouts, every vote matters. Every single vote matters. When you have these small turnouts like this, it's right. Your vote matters even more with these small votes, voter turnout. So, like I said, I have predicted all along that we will have under 1,000 people uh, that will determine uh, the next mayor of Conyers. And so we've got 478 now. We have a week left in early voting. Then we have election day. And, what I'm saying, you look 478 now. You have next week, then election day. If it goes by trend in Rockdale County, 70% of the votes are cast usually on early voting. So we'll have a very light day of election turnout. So that under 1,000 vote prediction is right on track. It is right on track to happen. So, um, like I said, guys, get out there and vote. Let your voice be heard, and get out there and vote. Um, that's how we make a difference. We make a difference by voting, and it's we've got to uh, make sure that what we say matters, and by voting, what we say matters. So get out there and vote. That's my public service announcement for the day regarding voting. So, I was talking to the Chairman Van Ness a little bit ago because she wanted me to make sure to talk about something, and I intended on talking about this topic anyway tonight. But with her giving me the phone call and prompting me, could you mention this? And definitely. So you guys know we are having a Veterans Day parade November the 8th at 2 p.m. And Chairwoman Van Ness wanted me to let everybody know that if you want to participate or sign up for something, they have extended that till November the 3rd. So you can still sign up to participate in the parade, have a vendor's booth, be in the parade, reach out to the county to find out some information. I think you can go to the chairwoman's Facebook page, and there's information about it on there. You can definitely go to the county website and get the information there. But this will be Rockdale County Veterans Day Parade to honor those who have served this nation, and to honor those who are still with us, and honor those who aren't, who gave their lives and sacrificed so we can have the freedoms we have today. One of those freedoms is somebody like me having this show, coming on here and speaking my mind, and giving you this platform to be able to speak your mind freely and openly. Because I'll tell you, I told you guys a few weeks ago I'd watched some of Alex McDonald's show where he had talked about England, and what free speech is looking like there, not so free. If you speak the wrong thing there, your freedom is taken away, and it's some of the things we take for granted and say daily here. You're getting incarcerated in England for. So, you know, don't think it couldn't happen here. It definitely could happen here, and that's why it's so important to exercise our voting rights, and it's so important to have men and women that will go and join the armed forces and put their lives on the line to protect our freedoms, so that we are able to speak our minds and let our voices be heard. So I think this Veterans Day parade is a great opportunity for us here in Rockdale County to acknowledge our veterans and what they've done for us and what they've given, so that we can be free. Also, guys, we'll talk to you about the Rockdale County school system. So some of you may or may not know, but the Rockdale County school system has a magnet school, the 9 through 12, and it's science, math, and technology, and it is one of the premier magnet schools in the state of Georgia, and it is run by Amanda Baskett, and she has done a great job for the last 10 years. Well, our superintendent, Shirley Chesser, one of her initiatives this year is to actually to start a junior magnet school, which will be for grades 4 through 12. Well, that program is having an open house coming up here in November. But not only that, it's going to be starting to accept applications for that program. So if you're in grade 3 through 7 right now, you can apply for next year, which will be grades 4 through 8. We will be starting the magnet school right now. Preliminarily, we believe that the magnet school will be housed at Barksdale Elementary School. Barksdale Elementary School has just underwent a $9 million renovation, so it is ideally positioned now to be able to house the magnet program, as well as the conventional elementary school that's there too. So that would be a fantastic program. It will help highlight a lot of the positive that we have going on in Rockdale County with our our STEM programs, with our math, science, and technology. So it will be a great opportunity for Rockdale County to shine. And like I said, if you have a student that is a 3rd through 7th grader right now, then they can apply for the magnet program next year, because it will be for 4th through 8th grade. And that will be students that are presently 3rd through 7th. The program will be accepting up to 100 students per grade. So that will be 100 4th graders, 5th graders, 100 6th graders, 100 7th graders, and 100 8th graders. So the program will have a capacity of 500 students to enroll in. And it will be kicking off at the beginning of the 26-27 school year. I am very excited to be on the board to be able to be on the board to be able to start this program. So, like I say again, if you know of someone who has a student who is grade 3 through 7 right now who might be interested in this program, have them reach out to the Rockdale County school system and apply, because you don't know unless you apply, right? So apply, see what's going on, see if you can get there. I want to go back a second to something Alex said. And this is a staggering number. So I want staggering number. So over 12,000 incarcerations per year for speech crimes on social media. Compare that to China with less than 600 a year, and that's Great Britain. That's our cousins from across the pond. Over 12,000 incarcerations per year for speech crime on social media, and you compare that to China with less than 600 a year, what in the world? What in the world is this world coming to? Right? What is this coming to? What in the world? And I think you have people in America who would like to see that very kind of thing occur here with free speech. And then that's again going back to the voting. Get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. Don't take your vote for granted. Don't take free speech for granted. Don't take our liberties for granted. That's why I believe, and then Alex, another comment, figure that population in the UK has 70 million people versus China with a couple of billion. Alex says the UK is doomed, right? So guys, we have got to really reevaluate what we're doing in what we consider the free world, right? We really have to reevaluate what we think we're doing, how we're doing it, and what is freedom? What is freedom? What is democracy? And it's something we really need to think about. And one of the basic ways to exercise your rights is to vote. Again, I just want to repeat these numbers: 478 out of over 10,000 possible voters in the city of Conyers. 2,314 voters of 60 over 62,000 eligible voters in Rockdale County. Guys, this is sad. So I'm urging you, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, go out and vote. And and I won't be hypocritical. Ask Larry Cox, did he go out and vote? Somebody asked me. Larry, and I live in the county, so I can't vote for the municipal elections. But did Larry Cox, did you go out and vote? And the answer is yes. Larry Cox went and voted. I don't miss an opportunity to vote. You can't miss an opportunity to vote. Voting is very important and sacred. And when I turned 18 years old, I couldn't wait to vote, right? And I look at every opportunity to vote, to exercise my right to vote. So please talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, exercise your right, and get out and vote. Because if it doesn't go the way you want it to go, and you didn't vote, you have absolutely no right to complain. That's the way I believe. I believe you actually absolutely have no right to complain if you don't exercise that right to vote. And then that's the way I see it. And then when Alex puts up those numbers of 70 million people in the United Kingdom, and they have 12,000 people arrested on social for hurting people's feelings by saying stuff on social media, versus China with a couple billion people and only 600 people incarcerated for saying things on their social media platforms. So there seems to be more leniency by the People's Republic of China than Her Majesty's kingdom, one might say, right? So, guys, vote. So, I think we just got to get, exercise our rights and be out there and make sure that that's happening. Because next year in Rockdale County here and across the country, we have midterm elections, and in Georgia, midterms elections are big time because we elect the governor, lieutenant, we elect all of our constitutional officers. We actually have a couple of board of education seats that'll be up in Rockdale County next year. We have our board of commission post 2 that'll be up next year here in Rockdale County. So like I said, guys, these elections are important, and and this is the thing about it. It has been said that elections have consequences, and they do. Elections have consequences because who you elect sets the policy. They set the direction. Clayton says it seems like there is a successful suppression in China based on those numbers, and that's something I would be interested in looking at. Is it suppressed, or is it that they don't act as much? And I would, Clayton, I would maybe lean to believe that that heavy hand may have something to do with that being a 600 number, but the fact that Great Britain has 12,000 and the type of government they have, that's a little bit scary. It's a whole lot scary. It is a whole lot scary, to be real with you. And knowing that here in America, you hear that chanting and chiming all the time about, what's going on. Mary Boysworth, I like what, you say it all starts at the local level. And, this is the thing about it. At the end of the day, and I've said this, and, you'll hear this said a lot, all politics are local. And they are. All politics are local, because everything starts at the local level on the local scene. So maybe the penalties are harsher in China, and then Alex says that's one way to look at it. Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, you guys continue your banter and your discussion. But yeah, I mean, I just I get a little concerned when in free countries people are incarcerated for talking, for speech, for putting their opinion out there. Now, do I think sometimes there should be consequences for your opinion? Of course. You say some stupid stuff, there should be some consequences for your opinion, But should you go to prison? No. You should not go to prison for giving your opinion regarding something. You should not. Alex gave an example of somebody going to prison for talking about, I think, being against welfare or something like that, right? So, that's ridiculous. Against, paying for illegals' health care. I actually made comments like that and was put in prison because they said it was hateful speech. It's just absolutely insane. Even Bernie Sanders, the socialist, the other day said you have to have borders. And he criticized the previous administration for not controlling the border because he said you don't have a sovereign nation unless you have borders. You just can't have the open range, as one might say, right? And we see what happens. We might not want to admit it, but crime goes amok and a lot of things happen. And and then we guys, this is why we have elections. People want to see a direction of the country go one way or the other. and we have an election. And my concern is free speech. I am so concerned about what will happen uh, under free speech, right? Um, so it's just ridiculous. So I do not want my rights taken. I don't want my rights hindered in any way, and I will continue to voice my opinion and fight uh, for those rights on a daily basis, uh, because I think it's that important that we do so. Uh, that's the way I see it. So, is there any other topics you guys would like to hit this evening? Because I've discussed the things that I wanted to discuss this evening that I thought were relevant and important to discuss. And we'll give it a few more minutes here. If there's nothing else that anyone wants to talk about, then I am going to get off of here. Let you fine folks enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, and I intend to do the same thing. I intend to enjoy the rest of my Sunday evening because I had a hectic week this week. And do you know what? This next coming week looks to be as hectic as the previous week was. But that's what we sign up for, right? That's what we sign up for with our jobs and our lives. Um, so I don't think that anybody's got anything they want to bring out for discussion. Again, just recapping, that magnet school program. If you um, if you have a child that will it's third through seventh grade right now, reach out to the Rockdale County Public School System, find out about that program. The Veterans Day Parade will be November the 8th at 2 p.m. in Old Town. If you're interested in participating in that, reach out to the county. You can register to participate in that until November the 3rd. And then again, voting. Only 478 voters in the city of Conyers have exercised their right of over 10,000 voters. Please get out, exercise your right to vote. And only 2,314 voters of over 62,000 eligible voters have exercised their right to vote in Rockdale County in our Public Service Commission race. So please get out, exercise those rights to vote. Charlotte Gellert put up the website for Voices for Rockdale. Go onto that website, find out information. And then George Kelichek has put some information up about the Sewer and Water Advisory Council meeting Monday, November the 3rd, 5 p.m. at the CE Steel Building in Conyers. Be informed regarding your water and sewer rates, infrastructure costs, projects, stormwaters, and such. So, that meeting is November the 3rd at the CE Steel Building in Conyers. And then again, your Charlotte Gellert, the voicesforrockdalecounty.com for all of your local Rockdale County information. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining me this evening on this rendition of Speak Your Mind with Larry Cox. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you next week, Sunday at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you and good night.